Hi, I'm Kat, and today's 7 on Sunday prompt is characters you identify with. So these characters could be someone that you see yourself in with race or sexuality or mental health or just day-to-day struggles. So we're talking about the characters that we just see ourselves in. I had a little bit of a tough time coming up with this list, so the last two are ones that I took little tiny bits that I identify with. Though I am sure I am missing so many that I also do identify with. So first up is Shane from Again But Better. I gave this book 5 stars because I identify with Shane so much. I too felt like I didn't do my uni experience right. The story of this book is that Shane doesn't feel like she's doing her college experience right, so she forces herself out of her comfort zone and goes on exchange to England. And then choosing to do that just puts herself in so many other situations where she experiences and gets more out of her college experience. I didn't participate in as many things as I wanted to. I remember being in high school and touring the campus and seeing the drama club and being like, I want to be a part of that. And then I got to uni and I didn't even try to join up. One of those things where like just my social anxiety was popping up there and I was like, there's a lot of people and performing in front of people and yeah. And I almost went on exchange to the US, but I had to turn it down because I just wouldn't have had enough money to survive 6 months overseas. So if you're thinking of going on exchange while you're at uni, start saving like the second you start uni. So Shane is a writer and a fangirl and she has like social anxiety, and so many of these things are also me. So many times while reading this book, I found myself agreeing with Shane or just seeing myself so clearly here. And there were so many times that I was just overcome with emotion because it reflected me so much. And Christine recently uploaded a video of a Q&A of Again But Better, and then she was saying how she wrote Shane the way she is because she wanted people to relate to Shane, and I was like, you did it, you did it, Christine. Okay, so number 2 is one of my OGs, and that is Bella Swan from Twilight. She was one of the first characters I ever saw myself in. I was also told a few times back in the day that I looked like Kristen Stewart. Obviously, I don't look like her now though. So Bella is quiet and a reader and good at school, and she looked like me, except I have blue eyes, but... And I too probably would have run headfirst into a supernatural world if a vampire and a werewolf showed up and fell in love with me. While rewatching the movies, I had a revelation that I liked Bella so much because she didn't shy away from the like supernatural elements. There's so many main characters who are like, I just want to be a normal girl, and Bella was like, no, I don't want to be normal. And yeah, that would so have been me. So 3 is Kath from Fangirl. This one is pretty damn obvious. Like if I was to choose a book title that also reflected me, she's a fangirl, she's a writer, she studies English, she has social anxiety. And I could go by Kath if I wanted to, but I don't because that's my grandma. Like Kath and Shane are just variations on me. And I remember back in the day when I was describing this book to my dad was like, that's you. 4 is Piper Rhodes from The Things I Didn't Say by Kylie Fornasia. So this story is of a girl who has selective mutism and then how that affects her at school and with relationships and that. It's Australian, so Australian teen girl. That's also me. I don't have selective mutism, but I've definitely felt like severe anxiety when needing to speak in public. And I've definitely not spoken when I've wanted to. The majority of the time, what comes out of my mouth is not what I want to say, like it's not what I was thinking, and then when it comes out, it's not the way I wanted it to sound like. Like so much goes on in my head, and the way I am in my videos is closer to how I am in my head than I am in real life. But even now, this is not exactly what's going on in my head. Like group setting conversations just stress me out. Like I hate trying to find a time to jump in and then like you like have something to say about like the thing that the person just said, but someone else jumps in, and then by the time you have time to speak, that moment has already passed, and it's just very anxiety inducing. So a lot of the time I just don't say anything because it's easier than trying to find a time to jump in to speak. Number 5 is Elle from Geekerella by Ashley Poston. So another fangirl who like kind of hates public settings and public speaking and that. Elle is super passionate about her fandom and she's very into it online, which I am into my fandoms online. But Elle is also into cosplay, which is something I want to get more into. I just can't cosplay at conventions because I'm usually working with celebrities and you're not allowed to cosplay when you're in those positions. But Ella's just very nerdy and a fangirl, and I see myself in her. Okay, so the last two are ones that I don't necessarily see myself in or relate to as much, but it's just the little bits that I was like, oh yes, me too. And these two characters are ones that I want to be more like. So 6 is Selena from Throne of Glass. I would love to be so much more like her. Like, she is very confident and she doesn't care what people say. She's also very fit. Being fit would be nice. But there are a couple of things that I do relate to her with. This bag here both represents me and Selena. Also, this bag is from Nook & Burrow, which is an Australian company if you want to go support them. So Selena likes dogs. I also like dogs. I would very much like a puppy. I don't know if I would name it Fleetfoot though. And there's this part in Crown of Midnight where Selena comes back from shopping and she's like, I bought clothes and jewels and chocolates and books and books and books and books, and relatable. She also mentions once that she hates fish. Me too. And lastly is Rose Hathaway from Vampire Academy. I would like to be so much more like Rose. Once again, she speaks her mind and she doesn't care what other people think, and she's fit. Maybe if I just start going to the gym, I'll be more like my favorite characters. All my favorite characters are characters that I want to be like. So basically, Rose mentions that she hates coffee. Me too. She also falls hard for Dimitri, like I would too. Okay, so there you go. There are 7 characters that I identify with. Please comment down below if you identify with any of them, or who are characters that you identify with. If you'd like to join in with 7 on Sunday next week, I will leave a link to the Goodreads page down below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see more of my videos.